Welcome to the podcast for G's only. For G's only. And it's for all women who's at the C-suite level. CEO. And we coming your way to share our stories in leadership. So we walking the walk, talking the talk, being the boss lady. Welcome to the C-suite, where we help build women leadership and how to be the boss lady. So welcome to the C-suite. So let's talk about being a CEO.
Hello, and welcome everyone to She Suites podcast with Jodi Hood. It's the place where women C-suite executives share and compare unfiltered realities women face that our male counterparts would never face. We laugh, we cry, we survive, and we thrive. And today we are going to jump right in and we're going to be talking about the isms: racism, sexism, and ageism. Women have so many obstacles and hurdles to cross as we overcome and aspire to reach the C-suite level. But where there is a will, there's a way. And on this episode, we're going to discuss clever practices to overcome racial, sexual, and age biases at the executive level. And I am so honored to have as our guest today an experienced executive leadership coach. Her name is Jennifer Speciale, and throughout her career as an executive recruiter, candidates and other cognizant leaders have sought her expertise for challenges like making a career transition, changing industries, how to seek a promotion, how to be a better storyteller, how to develop an effective portfolio, and how to prepare some of the world's most difficult interview processes. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Great. So we're going to jump right in. Now, as individuals continue to work beyond the traditional retirement ages, we have to understand the dynamics of aging, gender, and racial biases. Now, for older women, we kind of face a compound of challenges because they call it double jeopardy, where you are seeking for that top position, but you may be a little older and you're a woman. Now, triple jeopardy is if you're an older woman and you're a woman and a woman of color. So, Jennifer, as an executive coach, what tools would you offer, say, a 50-something-year-old woman who is continuously being overlooked for that C-suite position, even though she may be qualified or overqualified?
Yeah. So thank you so much for having me, Jodi. It's really my honor to join you on your amazing and much necessary podcast. I would say the journey for each woman to the C-suite is unique for everyone. We all have different challenges, whether it's our race, our age, a disability. There are all kinds of things that present challenges that, as you said, men, particularly men not of color, do not face.
For sure.
So I try to focus on those things that are in our favor. Why focus on the negative? Nothing good feels good about that, and nothing good comes of that. So focus on what is good and what your strengths are. I try to encourage my clients to act like a leader first, embody the role that you want, and just start doing it. Don't wait to be noticed. Don't wait to be chosen. You could die, waiting for Godot. You should just put yourself out there and start to lead people informally if necessary. Build little mentorship groups. Maybe those groups are women or they're mixed gender, men and women.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, start to do the role that you want first. And as you grow into those things that you want to do, you will be seen as those things that you want, as the role that you want.
Yeah, I like that. See it before you be it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, Jen, it's proven that diverse leadership teams are 35% more likely to outperform companies
Yes.
with little or no diversity. Yet, C suite opportunities are still disproportionately offered to white males. So, what preparations, training, or practices should women engage in to increase the likelihood of landing that top job?
I totally agree with you. And I talk about it all the time with my clients and also in other speaking engagements. Um, Companies with more diverse teams outperform those without. It's so easy to just sit around in a group of people where you all look alike, preach to the choir, how pleasant and how easy. But
Mhm.
that's not where the really robust decision making happens. Just as you said, those differences create more profitability and more innovation. So I think our women leaders need to focus on their own executive presence, make sure that they've got really strong and effective communication skills,
Mhm.
demonstrate a lot of poise under pressure, because God knows we don't want to appear emotional.
Oh, is that taboo or what?
Exactly, exactly. So work on always showing grace under pressure. Think about your strategy. I've even read Think Like a CEO. What does it mean to think like a CEO? Be ever present of strategic mindset. How can you look around corners, anticipate things that might be coming down the pike? Really, really know your business.
Mhm.
Go deep on it, meet with people that are much more senior to you, and find ways to have coffee chats with them, whether it's 15 minutes each week or 15 minutes once a month. Find a number of people to have 15-minute coffee chats with and learn something from them each time. And after
Mhm.
every meeting, ask them, who else should I be talking to?
That's it. Networking is so important.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, so yeah, there's actually strength in strategy. I tell you that.
Yes.
So, Jen, as the workforce continues to age, it's imperative for companies to recognize and address intersectionality of age, gender, and racial biases. And now there's the big focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Finally.
But yeah, oh yes. So since you're out there, Jen, and you are an executive coach and you're coaching leaders, what companies would you say are moving toward the direction of genuinely educating their teams on unconscious bias? And is there a list of companies where they are more gender, age, and sex friendly?
It's really hard to say because, in the same way that, companies are different, people are different, it depends on what team you're on. So, some of the organizations I've been with, certainly McKinsey. McKinsey publishes the Women at Work study, which is such a tremendous resource every year. And I've been on teams where you feel that everybody's really taken to heart all of the training about not having biases in interview processes, not sunflowering, where you're only trying to hire in your likeness, all of those things. But ultimately, it depends on the team that you're on. So, um, while it doesn't only depend on certain organizations, it could depend on the team. I have been fortunate enough to be part of organizations that you don't feel a bias. You feel like everything is really merit based. But, if I were on a different team, it's probably true in parts of the organization. So I would just advise, um, do searches for companies that talk about it. At least
Mm-hmm.
that's a start, to find companies that are even mentioning it as a topic or something that's at least on the corporate mind in some capacity. And then you want to find companies that their interview process actually includes women on the interview panels.
Great
So
point.
you
Yes.
should definitely, and if you go through an interview process and you haven't met with one woman or one person of color, you should ask to speak to somebody that looks like you or just somebody that you're interested in speaking to, whether it's a
Hmm.
woman or a person of color.
Great, Jennifer. You've given us some really gold nuggets So yeah, this about brings our podcast to a close. But Jen, if someone wanted to talk to you a little bit more about biases, or if they were in search of an executive leadership coach, tell us where we can find out more about you.
Well, my site is still under construction, but I'm findable on LinkedIn, Jennifer Speciale, spelled just like the word with an E at the end. And you can message me directly anytime.
All righty. So yes, guys, isms, racism, sexism, ageism is a thing, but yes, we can get over those hurdles. Now, I am your host, Jodi Hood, and please like me on Facebook, connect with me on LinkedIn, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jodi Hood. So until our next podcast, keep walking the walk and keep talking the talk. And she sweets, we are coming for the C-suites.
Welcome to the podcast for G's only. For G's only. And it's for all women who's at the C-suite level. CEO, and we're coming your way.